Who is God for you right now? What name will he give himself for you right now? You had some names to pick from the song. But if it comes up with a different one, I'll give you 18 seconds to think about this. Okay, did anyone have one? Okay, keep thinking about it. What he said for me was shelter. He wanted to be my shelter. That's interesting. It's good.
That's Psalm 41.
Is it? Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I do love it when a plan comes together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you might want to look that up.
I will. 41. Psalm 41. Well, hey, Ange, thanks for coming up here and walking up.
Yeah.
I look at you and you know.
I do
love you.
I do love you. Yay.
And hey, Greg.
What's up?
Your turn too.
Hi. Heather is back in the house. I'm so happy. Time flies and then also goes so slow. Like, it's so weird. It's like slow without you and then you're back and it's like, right? And I think you were like sitting there the last time you were here. No, over here. You were over here. But anyway, it just felt super familiar. So I'm super happy you're back. Anne is back in Arizona. She's not feeling good right now, or she would be here, but she'll see us on Wednesday night for those of you who are coming to the brain neurology thingy, majiggy, which I'll need to tell you about. And I'm trying to think. Thulis are in Iceland. Super fun. Not to be confused
Bailey's
with
are in
Greenland.
California.
Bailey's are in California.
Are we
lots
doing
of
a
stuff with
bag
family.
giveaway?
No.
Are we giving away
No,
one of the
giving,
bags?
No, this one's all mine. I was going to ask if anyone had anything they wanted to share that they were grateful for, if they had like a God moment, and I was going to share mine. So I'll go ahead and share mine first. Most of you know, but some of you might not know. I have a thing for totes. Some people have a thing for shoes. I have a thing for totes. I like totes. I have way too many totes. I don't have hardly any shoes, but I like totes. I'm a thing. Yeah, brochures and totes. I'm all about that. Anyway, and so I've been wanting another tote. Then once I saw this one from Magnolia, because you know Cliff and Joanna, like I seriously feel like their show Fixer Upper is like marriage therapy. Like it's all the things that we could be when bad things happen, you know. So I feel like it's like anyway. And
Yes,
I know it's
everything I'm
scripted
not.
and all that. No, it's not. It's all the things I'm not too. So you know, it's okay. It's good. Anyway, so love their show. And so anyway, I've been wanting their bag for a long time, but I'm like, buying another bag for myself, like that seems ridiculous. But anyway, they sent me a coupon for 20% off and free shipping, and I was like, done. I'm gonna get the bag for myself. My birthday's coming up. This will be perfect. And then when I ordered it, some of you saw that I posted this on Facebook. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I clicked on it, and this little thing popped up, and I kept looking at it, going, "What am I looking at? And it was this graphic of Chip throwing a package at the screen, and I was like, this is super weird, you know. And it kept repeating, and and then finally I read the little thing, and it said, every once in a while Chip drops in, and I'm sure it's like an algorithm, but anyway, every once in a while Chip drops in and pays for someone's package, and you got it, and he's paying for your purchase. Happy mail day. And so I got it in the mail like a week and a half ago. I know. So like, so
But you don't know until after you.
Right, after you purchase.
You got to put the money in the slot machine and pull the lever.
Right. Can't win if you don't play.
You can't win if you don't play.
By the way, that's the most successful lottery tagline in the history of all lottery taglines, is you can't win if you don't play. Just so you know, has been the most successful campaign ever to get people to voluntarily tax themselves. So, anywho, I felt like just this really cool. I was like laying in the hotel room by myself with Doodlebug sleeping, doing a volleyball thing, and I just felt like the Lord just wanting to just hug on me and just love on me and go, I know your love for totes and. And
I had a conversation with God about totes.
Did you after this and said stop affirming the addiction?
Yes.
This is a problem, not a blessing.
Not a fan.
That's so funny. It's okay, we're fine, Kristen. What are you going to do out there that you're not going to? There's nothing for you to do. You're fine. What are you going to do? Okay, so.
I'm just doing better with Carrie's.
I know. Well, your dog's sitting, not a therapy dog.
Yes.
It's not the same, and that's okay. You're doing great. It's all good. Okay.
We don't
so-
bring Peppernut either for obvious
Oh
reasons.
my
It's
goodness!
just
Can you
wouldn't be.
imagine? Oh, that would just be so. Anyway.
Yes.
So.
There's Carrie and Adrian who like train them
them.
like properly all the time.
Right.
And then there's us.
And then there's our dog, yeah. Okay, so anyway, I just felt like that was just a really cool, sweet gift that the Lord gave me. And I've had so many wonderful things. I'll share other things in a bit. But I want to know from the kids or from the adults if you guys have had a cool God moment. It doesn't have to be as cool as my free tote. I mean, I'm just saying that's pretty high standard. But you might have a cool thing that happened. So, anyone? Yes? Sammy? You have a rock?
Yes! I have a rock that I made. And I've been trying to make for 3.5 weeks.
Yay!
Finally made it on Friday and I'm so excited.
Yay! How do you make a rock, Abraham wants to know?
Yes, I mixed 4 different minerals together and put them in a machine. And the machine will give me lots of cool data tomorrow that I will hopefully learn how to interpret soon.
Yeah, about rock formation and all of that, right? And
Yeah.
stuff and space
things about
and
Mars.
things about Mars.
Yes.
So cool!
So excited.
Yay!
I made a rock.
Hooray! Hooray for rock making. Excellent. Okay, anyone else? Heather's back, so that's a cool yay. Yay. Heather's back, so that's a cool yay. Super yay.
Something.
Okay.
Might as well.
Might as well.
I had something and then it just went well, I can't always think of things like on the spot. But
I know.
the good news is I started journaling again so that I can remember things now when they come up. So I was just about to look through, but I feel like the Lord has just shown his just goodness and his love just over this past 7 weeks. And there's been lots of highs and lots of lows in that, but I feel like it's more like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So I'm getting somewhere and I'm moving in the right direction. And so just coming back from the summer of being away, I feel like it was really hard at first, like re-entry was really hard, but then I kind of slipped into this peace. Not slipped, it was very intentional about the Lord, but I feel like today's a good day, so praise him and keep on, Lord.
Right?
Because I got places to go.
That's right. Kicking names and taking booty. Right? Well, I have one more I'm going to share. So this is super fun. So I love how the Holy Spirit and Jocelyn work together on worship, because you know my love-hate relationship with worship. You know, kind of love it, kind of hate it, right? And you know that my breakthrough song was, and I'm sure that's why, did you pick it because that was my breakthrough song and I mentioned it last week, was the...
It's not all about you, Ange. I'm
it's
just
not
saying.
all about. He loves us, and the sloppy wet kiss part of the song, like.
Didn't choose it because of that.
It wasn't. He forgot about that. Okay, so the Holy Spirit apparently picked that for me. Anyway, okay. So yeah, right. Right, just for me. So I wore this necklace that my sister bought for me for my birthday this year up at the rock store that we have here in Arizona that's super amazing that you should take all your friends to. And it has peridot, my birthstone, right? So my birthday's coming up in just a little bit.
If you take your children, keep them all on leashes, no matter how old they are.
Oh, it is so amazing. I will go with you because you'll have so much fun. And then I'll leave you there for an hour and come back. Because I can only take like 2 hours, so I know you'll want more. Okay, it'll be so much. We will have so much rocks from around the world.
It's
so
all
amazing.
full of stuff, and you
Anyway,
can't touch anything, and you want to touch everything.
You can touch something. Anyway, but it's super amazing. Anywho,
It's
I
all
got this necklace
lots of money that you can knock over and
because
break.
of that song. Because that was my breakthrough song, the first time ever in worship where I really felt the Lord's presence blessing me rather than me just singing to the Lord. And so this is the first day I've ever worn it. And it was in reference, that song, and you picked that song for today. So I felt like that was just a totally cool, like, yes. And then you actually sang the right lyrics, sloppy wet kiss, thank you, love, inappropriate lyrics to a worship song. I mean, he was the original author, so I think it was totally appropriate. Anyway, love it, so yay. Okay, so we are going to release kids to go with Miss Gisandra, to be magnificent, to be geniuses, to be giants, to be champions and game changers and amazing, to experience life with God rather than about God, so hooray for that. So happy for that. And then we're going to kind of come in, and I have people's cards, so if you have yours, great. If you do not, and we still have card stock or whatever, or just grab a card out of your thing. And Heather, what we're going to do is all of us are going after a thing in the Lord. So, we'll just show them and people will raise their hand and do their thing. So, we're going after a thing in the Lord. So mine, Greg's is time. Mine is two things. Mine is mental health. I really want to see victory for people in my life and for myself in terms of mental health. And also food, healthy relationship with food, which I actually think kind of that thing is like totally the same thing. So we have been processing these areas that we're going after. And so as you think of one, you can make yourself a little card and put it up, because we're all standing for each other. And maybe somebody's had a breakthrough in their area. So I want to hear if anyone's had something happen. Yes, yes, yes. I was kind of feeling it from over here. So yes, good.
Okay, so my thing was to achieve my goals, creative and professional, and have contentment every step of the way. And when I wrote this, I didn't have specific goals. I wasn't like, this is what I want to do creatively and professionally, and I want to get there someday. But this past week, I got my professional vision for my life.
What? I'm still waiting on that.
Yeah. So I'm studying sociology for my undergrad, and I knew that I wanted to pursue psychology for my master's, but I didn't exactly know what I wanted to do. And then this past week, I had a really specific idea of the thing I wanted to do, the job. And so I looked it up, I just Googled this thing, and basically it came up, and it's social psychologist. I want to be a social psychologist. And then I researched that, and it requires a PhD, not just a master's.
Everything in psychology requires a PhD. You can ask Greg.
And so
no doctorates, poo-poo, because that's just I only have a doctorate. Greg has the PhD, so just ask him. Yeah, because apparently that's super snobby.
It's real. But it's really exciting to me because I didn't have a profession or a vision for what I was going to do, and then I do now. And there's way more I could say.
There's way more.
That's it. I'm
That's
excited.
so cool. That is so, so cool. And you kind of had a really big aha moment a couple weeks ago too. Do you want to say anything? You don't have to say anything about that.
Well, so Angela, had given me a word about how God is celebrating my pioneering spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's been playing over my brain.
Yes, I love that. That's
those
so fun to
words.
get to be a part of that.
It's pretty cool, but that actually does connect, because the specific, within social psychology, I want to go into, get my PhD to do research, specifically of social trauma and the way that people are hurt by other people socially and the effects that has. And I
have no idea what you're talking about. So good.
Right,
That's
really
so
familiar.
good.
But when I had Googled those topics, it's not a really research, there's not a lot of research on it. There's a lot of opinion, but not a lot of actual research. And so I was all right, when I was telling Nikki this, and then she was oh, pioneering, pioneering in that field, because not many people have researched that thing. So
yeah, that's so
it's pretty
good.
cool. I'm excited.
It's so cool. And I also felt like there was another kind of piece to this. Do you mind if I just share? I don't think I'm oversharing on what your personal thing is, but I think it's really cool because one of the things that the Lord was saying was he was celebrating your pioneering spirit, and he was speaking to you specifically about you can go to environments that don't celebrate pioneers, but you're going to be lonelier there. You know, so if you discover that there's a part of you that you really resonate with, that you really like, going and putting a lot of time and effort into communities that don't value that quality can be hard. And so I think he was kind of helping you shift some of your decision making in kind of the places that you're investing yourself in, or just being aware, like, I'm always going to feel a little bit lonely and oddball in this community of people because they don't really celebrate this identity, you know, and so I thought that was really, I think that's so key, you know, right, is finding ourselves in the places where it encourages who God's making us to be, rather than being in oppositional places, or if we aren't in an oppositional place, just being aware of it. So I just thought that was super cool too. Yay, okay. Anyone else want to share what they're learning about their thing? Oh, I'm sorry, who said that? You have a cool thing happening with yours, right? Like, oh, sorry. Well, anyway, people have cool stuff happening. I saw pictures. Okay, anyway, of a thing that might be a thing that would be cool.
You guys are really cool looking spike.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, but anyway. Okay, anyone else?
You and I need to talk after. We should talk.
It'll be so good. Okay, anyone else have thoughts or totally stalled out or frustrated on their thing they're going after with the Lord?
I've been taking some time for myself.
You have been. I have been noticing that.
So usually it involves motorcycles and dirt
Yep.
and sweat.
Yes. And you've been doing more of that.
I've been doing more of that.
And how's your mental health been because of that?
Better.
Better.
But I'm not going for mental health. I'm going for time.
I
You're
know.
going for mental health.
I am.
How's your mental health because I'm doing that?
Better.
Better. There we go.
About time.
Yeah. It's a good question.
I need, I need to take control of the time that I have. In some ways I very much am, and in other ways I'm not doing with time what I want to be doing. So that's a large part of what I'm trying to do with time.
Well, and I think part of that for you, I could be wrong, I don't want to speak on your behalf, but it's, you know, we all have a sense of like wealth or poverty in different areas of our life. And so time has been an area that makes Greg feel like he never has enough time. So he never has enough time to get stuff done. So he's always feeling like time is, he's impoverished in time versus feeling wealthy in time, and how God wants to flip that and start to show him how he wants to like live in time and have Greg have time serve him rather than him serving time. So Greg choosing to take time for himself is a part of a wealthy mentality versus I gotta work, I gotta get this done, you know, and that mentality that's always like feeling a sense of lack. So that's a good big deal.
Yep.
Yay! Yay for you. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't have my watch on or my phone, so I have no idea where I am on time.
I'll get it.
And then I don't know, actually, this week if we have anyone leading our prophetic time.
It's 5:15 already.
Okay, great. Do we have anyone? No, you guys are not? Okay, so excellent. Then we'll do it all together. What? What'd you say?
I said it was 5:15 already. You didn't even laugh.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, it's not? Oh, it's not anywhere close. Well, wouldn't surprise me. Time flies and I wouldn't have been surprised. No, it's 4. Okay. Good. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm like just sweating.
Is anybody else hot?
No, I am. You are kind of a little bit? I'm just like super sweaty. Can I
You got
talk
stuff
about
in?
that? Yeah,
Wait, you brought something in the tote?
I did.
I don't know what that is.
It's
No.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Okay. I know, I forgot to ask you before. Okay, so there's some cool stuff that happened. People came over our house last week, and I loved what Christy was kind of sharing. I loved what you were sharing, Christy, last week, because she was starting to really resonate with this idea of how we stand together as a community for and with each other, and how that shifts the atmosphere and what we can give to each other. So we started to just go like, well, what do you have to give me? Like, what victory do you have that you can give me? And we just started like asking the Lord, what do I have? What is a thing that I have victory in that I can bring and put on the table that someone else can come and eat of? Because these are the things that take us years, right? Some of these victories that we've had in life take years to come into. And so that's why books are so helpful, right? That's why we read books. That's why we go to speakers. Because someone else's journey that took a really long time, you know, we can learn in a matter of moment. If we were to, like even just our classes that we go to in high school, if you were to try to learn on your own by yourself all that's in one class in chemistry, it would take your lifetime, or possibly a couple lifetimes, to learn that. But when someone else has learned it already and then they teach you it, you stand on the shoulders of what they've learned already, and then you run into the next unknown with what you've been taught that they spent their lifetime on. And so I think the same thing is true, not just with like chemistry and science and medicine. I think the same is true in what we're learning in the Spirit and what we're learning about ourselves. It's kind of like your social psychology kind of stuff. It's like what we learn about what happens in communities and what happens relationally with God. That's a real thing. And so I think it's been downplayed as like not a real thing. I think it's been downplayed as something that's insignificant, but I actually think it's the most significant. I think it's the experiences in life, which is what God was really talking about, which is the real wisdom. The real wisdom, right, wasn't, even in the Jewish mind, wasn't ever something somebody told someone else about. It was the experience that they brought to the table. And I think that this is even backed up by science, which is that when we tell stories to each other, we start to visualize what that person experienced. So when I started to tell you about laying in the bed in the hotel room, and I was ordering this tote and how long it had taken and all of this, and then this little image came up and Chip's throwing me a package, and kind of my reaction to that, your brain starts to visualize that story as if it was happening to you. And so if they were to hook you up, you know, right, and hook me up, our brains would be lighting up in similar ways if you were actually paying any attention at all. If you weren't, then it wouldn't be. But and that's, I think, the beauty of what God's talking about when he says the word testimony, which is do it again, which is that thing of what he's done in experience in someone else's life, he wants to do again. And we've talked about that many times, the do it again. And so I felt like the Lord was wanting for us to put some of our testimonies on the table, and to also then stand for each other in each other's area, and to actually walk around today and write one sentence on somebody's area. So this is going to be like, we're going to workshop it, which is perfect for us to not have the prophetic time, because we're going to use that prophetic time for this.
I'm confused about what you just asked.
I know, it was a whole lot of words, so I'm going to like clear it down. So I want everyone to get something written down in front of them that's their thing that they're going after with the Lord. So I'm going to put mine here, okay? And then you're going to put a card in front of it. And all of you have been working on, at home, your area. Like I know you have, Dan. Like this has been a major, major process. It's so good. And in fact, like for Heather, maybe we'll just run really quickly through the room and just share what our thing is, so that Heather can, and we can all just remind each other of what our area is. If your area is already processing along and you want to pick up a different area that you're processing with God, you can do that. So there's things as touchy-feely as mine, which is mental health, and then there's things as concrete as like Jason's, which is like a motorcycle. And Kristen's is really concrete. She wants to achieve a certain level of success in her Young Living business. And so that was the thing that she felt led to. So you can stick with the one you've had, or you can go, you know what, I'm shifting into a new place that I'm exploring. So you can do that. We'll run around really quick and share what they are really fast. And then what I want you to do is we're going to, well, let's share first, and then I'll tell you what the next step is, okay? So we're just going to run around really quick and share what our thing is. So I already said what mine is. So if you just grab the mic and, yep.
Mine is success in business and life.
And it's a success mindset that overcomes a family mindset. So it's a big deal. Okay.
Mine is also mental health, but through personal, intimate interaction, encounter with Jesus.
Okay. Kristen, don't stress. It's totally good. Well, I know you never stress, but like, we're all good.
I'm stressed.
No. Motorcycle.
Yay!
Financial freedom / by way of Royal Crown Diamond.
Well, that's his.
Okay. That's good.
I put to be a healthy adult with boundaries and to be a powerful person.
Yes. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's good. So the first one that I had was from a painting. Confusing, but the words would be being me. And I feel like that's like along its process. And so I came up with the second one, and I told myself I would say it out loud, but I don't want to say it out loud because it's very vulnerable for me. I'm going after getting a husband.
Okay. Yay for you that you said it out loud. Yay. Look at that look on her face. I love you so much. Okay, excellent.
I'm going after the feeling of being unconditionally and truly loved.
Yes, yes. Yeah, you can steal it. Right?
So mine was achieve my goals, creative and professional, and have contentment every step of the way. But I think I want to like upgrade it to like having joy, not just contentment.
Oh, contentment and joy. Boom. Now we're starting to go, okay, now it's the progression of it. Oh, hey. That's so good. Okay.
Decisions.
Decision making. Excellent. So good, right? Okay, there's hers. Taylor? What?
Peace, influence. It was pink.
It's not this one? That was your second one? The mic?
My attitude towards people I don't like.
Boom, yeah. And then Greg's was tongue. Okay, so what I'd like for you to do is we're going to take a moment and we're going to just ask the Lord, what are some of the big victories that God has done in my life in the last 10 years? You can come up with 1, you can come up with 5, but there's something that you have become victorious in or learned and become better at in the last 5 years. And so we're just going to take a moment and ask the Lord, what are some of the things that, Lord, you're really proud of me about? So you have to let go of your false humility, because that's a total lie. Fake humility. God is super proud of what He's done in our lives. I would hope He is, right? So we don't have to worry about what we're really proud of. We're asking Him what He's really proud of. Yep.
Write these on our card.
Write these on your card. Is it? What?
This is not a whiteboard marker that you handed me today.
No, and you even said it's a giant Sharpie.
It's a giant Sharpie. I'm like, man, I like this one. It writes good.
Yes, it does.
It's better than any grease marker I've ever used. Like, I'm going to use this one tonight.
Oh my gosh. Well, apparently, the Lord wants to write it down in permanent.
Lemon essential oil for the lamp.
All right.
The lemon may take off the varnish on the whiteboard.
So what doesn't?
So if you take an expo marker and color over it, I take it
All the time. Okay, so this was a really fun exercise for me, and I realized like the Lord wants to celebrate a whole lot of things in my life. So you might want to spend more time this week sitting down with the Lord and hearing more things. But I would like to hear at least one or two things from anybody who wants to share what they are bringing to the table. So what I want you to do is now take out right on the top of your card or somewhere big, what I bring. What I bring. So these are the things that you bring into this community. On the next card,
What I bring to this community?
yeah, what I bring. So what the card you just wrote on, you put what I bring. Because these are the victories that you already have, and they may be ongoing. These may be victories that you're going to continue to build in, but you're bringing a level of victory in this area. On the next card, I want you to put your thing that you're going after.
So I'm confused. The category that I just called victories, we're now renaming what I bring.
Okay, victories I bring. How about that? Would that be better? Victories I bring.
This is one thing.
This is one thing.
Okay, and we have this other thing.
The second card is going to be your topic. So it's going to be time, it's going to be whatever. You're going to write your topic, because as people share what they bring, you're going to hear some things in what people bring, and you're going to go, I need that for my area. I need that. So you are going to claim that thing that somebody else has experienced a victory in and go, Lord, do it again. Do it again. What you've done in their life, do it again. Okay? Got it? So, who would like to share first?
Are we supposed to be writing these things on our own card?
Yes. If you feel like... So the victories I bring are the things you just listened to the Lord about. Now, you're going to go after an area that you do not have victory in. And we're going to listen to each other and hear some of the things that they have been victorious in and go, is there anything in that that would benefit me in my area? Okay. Sammy.
So one of mine that I feel somewhat victorious in is being patient in waiting for him to fulfill his promises.
Oh.
So there are some promises that have been fulfilled that I don't really feel like I was very patient in, but...
Are you going to write it down?
Sure he was. He does.
Patience. That's a super good one. I think I will take that.
Deal.
Anyone else taking that? Yeah. So when you're saying this out loud, be aware that you are releasing this thing in the space for each other. Okay? Yep, I love that too. Who else? Yep, Heather.
I hope this is...
That's okay.
Okay. I put finally being able to cut off which was killing me, or allowing him to cut off what was killing me.
That's good. That's boundaries. That's...
I'm sorry, could you say that again? I haven't got it.
Allowing him to cut off,
Okay.
I kind of have that in quotes, cut off what was killing me. I don't know if I said that right, but
That's okay.
Can I share more than one?
Yeah.
Okay, and the other one I wrote down was finding him in the midst of trauma.
Okay, I'm picking up that one too.